Right, so I'm in Shoreditch, which is sort of northeast London. We're just a little bit west of Brick Lane and just at the north end of Brick Lane, as you'll find out in a minute. And it struck me, if I don't get run over by this moped, I've never done a piece on street art, and I've been photographing street art for many years now. So I think, and I just thought this up while I was just about to press the shutter button, there's probably about 4 different kinds of street art. There's just flat out artistic graffiti, there's graffiti that's not artistic, you know, tagging and stuff. There's things where they've paid people to do permanent graffiti, like for shops and things. And then there's more temporary graffiti, which is in the realm of adverts. For example, they're putting up an advert for an alcoholic beverage over here. And this is a firm that specialises in that sort of stuff. And if you want to see some of their work from last week, ooh, avoid getting killed by the Audi. This piece up here, this was a blank wall when I was here a week ago today, and now it's a rather large ad for a brand of Scotch whisky. In fact, it's so wide I'm going to have to pan across it because you can't see it all at once. But like, I do like the touch of the flowers at the top, but literally blank wall a week ago. This is Box Park in Shoreditch. I'm not entirely sure I'll get down here without dying, but we'll give it a go. There's the actual railway bridge in Shoreditch. Yeah, I think we better cross the road and go back again. So I'll try and make this smooth, but it's tricky. There's lots of things to trip over. So it used to be, I used to really be impressed by the amount of street art that people did around here, but then it seemed to really go south, and it was lots of less interesting things that were a bit abstract and got covered up really quickly. Because the sorts of meals are available. I'm actually hungry yet, I haven't had lunch yet. It's what time is it? Ooh, 22. There's another bit of advertising down on this wall, and of course there's the Skyway I've seen. Right, so that van's thinking about it for a sec. And there's more up there. And there's one for Sky. Well, advertising is completely my favourite form of graffiti. But it's well done, and it's entertaining, why not? And it's better than a lot of the crap you get. I've just walked fairly quickly down here. So just down there, this road, there's a right turn that's the top of Brick Lane, though we're going to go slightly further down Brick Lane. But, you know, the thing is, once somebody does something, people tend to tag over it very rapidly. But there did seem to be a few slightly more recent efforts around, some of which involve more effort than others. Just down here on the taller bit of wall, quite a lot of years ago now, there was a couple of vampires that were done, and chatting to these street art people who were in the pic just a few minutes ago in the orange high-vis, they seem to think it was actually just somebody's art rather than advertising. Oh, I can't show you a picture of it because it got tagged fairly quickly, and they disappeared, but somebody painted over it. So theoretically there are some artists whose stuff gets painted over less rapidly because of either respect or maybe some other reason. But we're fly posting. She's putting up posters on sort of unused buildings and stuff. These gratings over the windows used to be fun. You could do interesting things with them. But the windows are all boarded up now, which is handy because you can paint on them, but there's nothing sort of what I might regard as entertaining. This is a slightly 3D thing. I'll have to move around a bit to show it to you. Though again, tagged, so no fake. But this is the old bits of London. and some shiny new bits, which I'm getting to even newer. This is sort of interesting because it's adverts for a new Netflix series, which I'm going to think about. But it's done in a slightly more sort of street art way, though whether that's just a coincidence or whether that's why they decided to put it all along here on the way down to Brick Lane. The shop down the end saying Brick Lane Vintage is a clue as to where Brick Lane is. Oh, they got their money's worth out of it. Well, more rightly, the car park got their money's worth. I presume it's their fence. Oh dear. There was that sort of car park down here. It used to be full of wonderful street art. Then they built a building in the corner of it and changed a few things, and there's not so much there now. And it sort of comes and goes what's in there. So this is Brick Lane, which is the curry centre of London, or so they've, if you know. I don't know whether this is the other area that comes to mind that might compete with them, but I'm not going to say the curry centre of England or the UK or anything, because I think Birmingham will want a vote on that, and we won't want to judge. I mean, I quite like that one. And generally, if you look around, he says looking down the road, it's got only really sort of slightly old done-in graffiti. You still will go have a look at the elephant. The elephants. Oh, that's only 2013. It must be the last time somebody could afford any scaffolding to get up there. Down here over the railway bridge. This is one way, but you've still got to pay a certain amount of attention as you walk along, because you get cyclists and scooterists and other types. It's colourful, but Gravely has been sort of wonderfully artistic or innovative or anything, which is what I really like. I like it to pop out and be sort of cool and fun, and actually have some artistic content. And you do get it from time to time. There's a very big crowd down there, so I think I'll leave them alone, otherwise I'll end up finding it very difficult to photograph anything. I mean, the street artists who are doing the thing at the beginning, I did talk to them and say, is it okay if they were going to be in the shop? So, but you can't do that for every single person you walk past. Oh, yeah. Looking behind me, there used to be a thing there, but it seems to have disappeared. It'll just be a mess now. Right, so as you can see, tagging is just a bit of a hobby for people.
Yes.
Somewhere down here there's a sign I particularly like that I'll probably walk right past by now. It's pretty fast to talk in, but just the whole crossing the road, and probably should be looking a bit more. Oh! I'm not going to go too far down any particular road, otherwise this thing will be 8 hours long. Oh dear. .3D there. speed up down, I'll say down to the old Truman Brewery. Actually, we can pass part of the old Truman Brewery. It's a fairly large building, but I still think of it as more being down here where the bridge across the road is and heading off to our right. But it's probably not entirely correct on my part. So we're heading south, basically. Oh dear. Sorry, this is the boring bit. So I'm basically heading straight towards the River Thames. If you keep going long enough, you'll arrive a bit downstream of Tower Bridge. The aircraft sounds are because London City Airport, this is on the flight path to it. There's the aircraft up there which is going to land in London City because it's too low for it not to be. It's quite low cloud today. It's very misty first thing this morning. There's a huge bottoms of water suspended in the air. Should we go up here? Because there used to be a lot of interesting stuff up the end here, but I think a lot of it may not be there anymore. But we'll give it a go, so see what we can find. There's also some very expensive shops. I wonder if the Japanese jeans shop it is. A shop that sells very expensive jeans imported, including ones from Japan. And ooh, looks like the shop's maybe having a bit of a clear out, so where are we? It's not that one. It's, I don't think it was that one. Oh, there it is, Son of the Stag. So, oops, sorry for the slight bang. I was just trying to wake the screen up so I could actually see what was in the shot. So there you are. Chance to buy all sorts of whizzy brands that you might have read of. Read a bit of William Gibson and fancy an exotic recreation of an American pilot's jacket. That's your place to go look for it. So bring lots of money. There used to be all sorts of crap over there, but it seems to have mostly disappeared. Oh, and we can't walk where we used to walk because they're loading. Let's see what we can find. You can see the pig up there, I presume. But it's just so much more creative. Sorry. Oh dear. Yeah, that was me tripping over. So, there's an actual car in there, but other than that, yeah, they've taken away an awful lot of stuff. Alas. This is London, you know, everything's been changed all the time. And of course, it's easy to advertise, to try and get the light a bit better. Oh, it's a big job. I said that what the Glenmorangie one took them a week to do, though the smaller one they were doing, they were going to be here, I think they said 2 or 3 days. So, one of my favourite advertising things was just up there. Carlsberg put a tap in the wall that beer just came out of, and you know you can get a glass from them and fill it up with the tap, which was an advertising thing. But didn't suck. I mean, free beer. There was a Scotch whisky launch on South Bank of the Thames where you got free Scotch whisky, though it was a fairly, I mean, it's single malt, but it was a fairly rubbish one. They were busy trying to convince you it was the best ever, but they spent too much time talking about the design of the bottle. And that's right, there is something else I want to show, so that's why we're heading back to Brick Lane. It's going to be rather long for one of my videos, and it's going to have some slow bits. It's note how fast I can walk, and I do aim to have these in one take, one shot. Well, it's going to be both. One shot or one shot is the aim. It doesn't have to be one take. If somebody swears a lot or some kid walks into the shot, I try and redo it. And the sun's gone in, so yay. But, there's trees down there. Oh dear. So there's the, you can see it says Truman perhaps. despite what you might think, this isn't particularly a run-down area. This is actually quite an expensive area. Because it's trendy. Oh, I like this one. Yes, this looks good. Just revealed the gentleman behind me. Oh, thank you. I think he was shooting a photograph rather than a video because he didn't throw things at me. Always a plus. Oh dear, that bird's been there for a very, very, very long time. And some people might think this is clever and interesting, and some people might not. I'm just going to leave people might bear in mind that, as with all these things, if you want to look at something longer, press pause. The interesting thing about Brick Lane is they still aim to keep it sort of much more like it was, so I'm going to regret this, aren't I? So you'll tend not to find all these big chain shops all over the place. And you know, if you want a Starbucks or something, this is not the road to go looking for it in. I don't think there are any Starbucks down here, but you know, with my luck, having just said that. Oop. But at least you're going the right way. I'm sure I head down to the mosque. Again, I presume they actually paid to have this done to the front of their shop. So if the shop was actually out of business, somebody might have got clean. It's not graffiti. Choose every crossing. Oh, car park. Yes. I'm doing that. Right. Sorry. I'm just going to bear with me while I have a quick think. No, I'm good. Found it. It's been tagged. Oh, I was talking to the, like I said, the guys that do the graffiti commercially. I mean, I suspect they do some art on their own time as well. But they were saying there's a lot of people that don't actually like the commercial side of graffiti and actually making money out of it. Which is a bit silly, you know, you might want to eat and pay for your heating bill, but here we go. Right, just tap it again to bring it up. Right, so down here used to be really good, but it used to be a lot bigger, but we'll go down anyway for old time's sake. Because that whole thing at the end is new, but we do have at least one thing down here, maybe two, so worth the walk. So I'm shooting over the bonnet of a car, so it's a bit. Needs to be a garage door down here. It's got a lot of stuff on it, but again, all gone. So there you go. I think that is going to do as street art in London and sort of Shoreditch and Brick Lane. And is that quite a long one? Well, it's quite a long one, but so look how fast I could walk until the camera gets unacceptably steady. Maybe I have to get one of the new GoPros that have got even better stabilisations, allegedly. So, but I think that's the main highlights. So I'm just going to head off south. And hope you found something interesting in there. Oh, let's just do that in pricing. A bit older than the graffiti. Something down there. It doesn't change a lot. Nope, right, I think I'm done. So there you go. Huh. Yeah, walk down, we'll see till I think the Brick Lane and some bones for some Shoreditch.